What if I told you that the life you are living right now is nothing more than the sum of the choices you have made up to this very moment? What if I told you that every decision, no matter how small, has carved out the path beneath your feet, shaping the person you see when you look in the mirror? Life doesn't simply happen to us. It responds. It bends. It molds itself to the power of our choices. And in the end, you become what you choose. There once was a young man named Daniel. He was not born into privilege, nor was he born into despair. His life was ordinary, balanced on the knife's edge of possibility. He could rise, or he could fall. He could succeed, or he could waste away. And the difference, as he would one day come to understand, was choice. As a boy, Daniel often dreamed of a greater life. He would sit by his window at night, staring at the stars, wondering if he was destined for something more. But when morning came, the pull of comfort, the weight of fear, and the whispers of doubt kept him from moving forward. Like many, he waited for a sign, some miraculous event to carry him toward greatness. But life does not hand out greatness like a gift. It waits for us to decide, to choose, to claim it. One day, while walking home from school, Daniel met an old man sitting on a bench. The man's clothes were worn, his hands calloused, his eyes tired, yet in them shone a strange spark, as though he carried within him a secret that the world had forgotten. Daniel, out of curiosity, sat beside him. Without looking at the boy, the old man spoke. "Life is nothing but choices, son. You can choose the easy road, and it will give you nothing. Or you can choose the hard road, and it will give you everything." Daniel was puzzled. "But what if I make the wrong choice?" he asked. The old man smiled. "The only wrong choice is not choosing at all. Every step, whether forward or backward, teaches you. Every decision shapes you. You don't become what you wish for. You become what you choose." Those words stayed with Daniel for years. At first, he didn't understand them fully. But as he grew, life presented him with crossroads, and he began to realize the truth behind the old man's wisdom. When his friends chose distraction, he chose discipline. When others gave in to fear, he chose courage. When many settled for less, he chose to reach for more. The path wasn't easy. He stumbled. He failed. He doubted himself. But each time he chose to rise again. And slowly his choices began to shape his destiny. The beauty of life is that it reflects what you decide. If you choose excuses, you become them. If you choose growth, you embody it. If you choose fear, you are consumed by it. But if you choose courage, discipline, and resilience, then those very qualities become your identity. The young boy, staring at the stars, became a man of purpose, not because he was chosen by fate, but because he chose his fate. And that same power belongs to you. Every day, in every moment, you are standing at a crossroads. The choices may seem small: to wake up early or sleep in, to complain or to be grateful, to chase your dreams, or to wait for another day. But those small choices are bricks. And over time, they build the house you live in, the person you become, the life you lead. Life is not about waiting for the perfect conditions. It is about deciding who you want to be right now and making choices that align with that vision. Think of it. Your mind is like a garden. If you choose to plant seeds of laziness, fear, and negativity, then weeds will overtake you. But if you choose to plant seeds of courage, effort, and determination, you will grow a forest of strength that no storm can destroy. Daniel's life unfolded because he refused to surrender his power of choice. He learned that when you choose discipline, your future self thanks you. When you choose courage, your fears shrink. When you choose consistency, success is no longer a distant dream but an inevitable reality. He did not become great overnight. He became great one choice at a time, and so will you. Daniel's journey was not without temptation. There were times when he wanted to quit. times when the voices around him were louder than the voice within him. His friends laughed when he chose to study instead of wasting nights in empty pleasures. They mocked him when he woke before dawn to work on his craft, while they slept soundly in the comfort of mediocrity. But Daniel understood something they did not. Every sacrifice was a choice, and every choice was an investment in the man he was becoming. There was a night he would never forget. Rain poured heavily, the sky cracked with thunder, and he sat alone at his desk, exhausted. His hands trembled with fatigue, his eyes burned with strain, and his heart whispered the words every dreamer knows too well. Maybe this isn't worth it. Maybe I'm not good enough. It was in that silence that the old man's words echoed once more in his memory. You done to become what you wish for. You become what you choose. And at that moment, Daniel made a decision. He chose not to quit. He chose not to listen to the doubts. He chose to keep moving forward, even if progress was slow, even if victory seemed far away. That one choice on that stormy night became the seed of his transformation, because greatness is not found in the easy moments. It is born in the nights when you refuse to surrender. Years passed. Daniel rose above every obstacle because he understood that life was not against him. Life was testing him. Every challenge was an opportunity to choose strength over weakness, growth over stagnation, perseverance over surrender. And with every choice, he built himself into a man that others admired, a man that others turned to for inspiration. And here's the truth you must realize. You are Daniel. His story is your story. His choices are your choices. You may not see it now, but the life you dream of is already waiting for you. The bridge to that life is built from the decisions you make today, tomorrow, and every day that follows. Think about your own life. Think about the choices you've been making. Are they leading you toward the person you want to be or away from it? Are they planting seeds of strength or are they sowing weeds of regret? Every time you choose comfort over growth, you hand away a piece of your future. Every time you let fear decide for you, you surrender your destiny. But every time you choose courage, no matter how small the act, you take back control. The truth is, you don't need to know the entire path. You don't need to see the whole staircase. You only need to choose the next step, and then the next, and then the next. That is how transformation happens. One choice at a time. People often wait for motivation to arrive, not realizing that motivation is not the beginning of change. Choice is. When you choose to act, motivation follows. When you choose discipline, results follow. When you choose to keep going, even when you're tired, success is no longer a distant possibility, but an inevitable outcome. Daniel didn't become great because he was special. He became great because he understood the secret of life. We are shaped, defined, and ultimately remembered by the choices we make. And so the question is not whether you have what it takes. The question is, what will you choose? Every day you wake up, life places before you two doors. One door is easy. Behind it is comfort, excuses, distraction, and the slow decay of your potential. The other door is hard. Behind it is effort, discipline, sacrifice, and the promise of becoming everything you were meant to be. Which door will you choose? You must understand this. The future is not written in the stars, nor is it handed to you by chance. It is written in your decisions. It is carved by your actions. It is built by your choices. And when the day comes that you look back on your life, you will see that it wasn't luck. It wasn't fate. It wasn't circumstance that defined you. It was choice. So, stand tall. Decide today who you will be. Choose courage. Choose discipline. Choose perseverance. And when you do, you will discover that you have always had the power to shape your destiny. Because in the end, you don't become what you wish for. You don't become what you dream of. You become what you choose.